Hey, happy holidays. Here's what's coming up on the Gill Lane Show.
I kept telling my wife, this is going to be great for the show. And it made me want other stuff to happen.
That's exactly why I would bring the wife. I'd be like, I could bargain you to get out. Use you as a chip. Take her and I'm out of here. You comprende?
Fuck, I'd rather the seat be wet than warm. I know that's probably gross, but something about that warm seat. Oh, God. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Gill Lane Show. A very special episode because you probably were worried for the last week or so, but worry no further. My name is Chris Kanya. We're back with Chris Navalino, aka Mo. What up, Mo?
What's happening? How we doing? See somebody's back on the loose?
Well, on the loose or back where he belongs, we have the return of Bill Parker.
Buenos dias, amigos. The only thing loose on me is my bowels because I am a free man, okay? I cleared my name. All right? You may remember the government was purging people with Uber ratings 4.7 and under. What I did was I hopped in a plane. I went down to Mexico and just took Uber rides the whole time. Got my rating up to a 4.8. Cleared my name, and now I'm back, baby. I'm back.
That's smart. That was a smart move. Going, leaving the country?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. And here's the best part.
When did you get first word of the purge? That, like, how'd you know it was even happening?
Well,
was it the News 12 story?
Yeah, News 12. Also, there was a helicopter outside my house, which was alarming. I asked my wife, I said, do you hear that? And she said, yeah, it's hovering over the house. That's why there's a spotlight coming through the window. I said, oh, well, that makes sense. Maybe we should get out of here because it appears they caught up to me fast. If I had to equate it to anything, I equate it to the Jews in Nazi Germany.
Did you just describe the last scene of Goodfellas? Or is that what actually happened to you?
Well, yeah, I had my wife flush the app down the toilet as the authorities were closing in.
Got to get off that shit, Hendry. These silences don't even fit. Flush the app down the toilet.
Yeah, so I was able to come back, cleared my name. They said, okay, you're allowed to be back. I said, hey, it's good to be back. Not really. Mexico's great. Food's fantastic. Came back here. First meal I had back here was terrible. The order was messed up. And I'm like, wow, nothing changed the time I was living in exile. It sucks.
You took over, you took your chance with the cartels as opposed to just Uber's purge. Correct?
You ever have those cartel tacos? I don't blame them.
Delicious.
Oh, yeah. The cart.
There's no budget. Of course the food's amazing. They're like, you want Jersey tomatoes? We'll get somebody to walk them from Jersey right now. Just fucking throwing money in the air. What do they care? They can't spend it fast enough. But, yeah, I'm glad you got the rating up. That was really smart, leaving the country.
Yep. Mm-hmm. There's only one place I could do that. Was over the border. So headed out to Newark Airport and got on a plane.
After that News 12 piece aired, they were all over looking for you. I was getting calls. I was getting interrogated. I was like,
Scary times. Scary times.
I was like, it's not my fault.
You guys ever been persecuted before?
I can't say I have. I've never made the news before. Your mugshot was up there and everything. So that's pretty wild. Pretty wild to see.
Did they get my good side?
You only have one side because it's from this show. And you don't move your head at all. Trust me, I have to make the thumbnails.
You move very little.
Like Mo will be like,
go on the other side.
When I'm scanning through the video, Mo, like it'll be like here, here, here. I'll be like, I'll do this a little bit. And Bill's like,
yeah. Did you ever see like on Dateline when they're they speed up the footage of interrogations and the sociopath is just
doesn't even blink.
Everybody else in the room's like
You guys are giving me a complex.
This guy didn't blink for 55 minutes.
Yeah, that's it. That's time lapse. That's 5 hours.
Oh, man.
Well, I do have a
I'm glad you're
doozy
back.
of a story for you guys involving my trip to Mexico that it's going to sound like it's satire or a parody, and I'm telling you, I'm not kidding or exaggerating. So I get to the airport. I don't know about you guys. When I wake up to go on vacation, you can wake me up at 4. I'm chipper. You know, I don't care. I'm not groggy. I'm ready to go. So we get to the airport, and of course, everyone has to do what first? You have to
Drop a
security
deuce.
checkpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Drop a deuce. Yeah, well, yeah, usually I do that after. I want to make sure I'm through and all set before I do that. So, you know, in the airports, when you're walking through a security line, they have the dogs that sniff you. So I'm walking through, and I'm always somewhat nervous to do that for no reason. I have no reason to be nervous, but I'm always like, this dog is just going to fuck me up somehow. So I get through, and I'm like, okay, this is great. No problem. And then I hear somebody go, hey, and there's another TSA agent standing there, and she goes, who? And they go, Michigan. I'm wearing a Michigan t-shirt. Michigan Wolverines, #1 in the country. Playoffs. Just want to put that out there in case you guys didn't know.
oh, that Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
that
just
one.
a fan
Same
of
one.
the state in general. Just
Yeah.
So I turn around, I go, me? You must be mistaken. So the person yells, he's a 1021. Now I'm a number. I'm like, oh, okay. So she goes, you need to come with me. We skipped the whole security line, and I'm at the part where you give your passport and boarding pass to just go to get the actual going through the machines and stuff. So she walks up, she goes to the guy, yeah, we got one. He's a 1021. And I'm not asking questions. I'm not one of those people. I'm like, I'm just going to be silent. I know I didn't do anything wrong. So I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. The guy goes, you got to wait here. You can't go through yet because you need an escort. I'm like,
Cool.
okay.
The fuck?
So escort finally comes. I go through. He goes, look, just send him through. He's a 1021. Again, 1021. I get to the end. Well, I got to do the same shit. I got to put all my stuff in the bins and send it through, but I have to put more than anybody else. They're like, take your shoes off, take your underwear off.
shave your beard.
Take your... Yeah.
Yeah. Bend over.
I want you to
spread 'em.
drop one testicle in the bin, put it through the machine. I'm like, I don't know if I can do that. So I go through there, and at the end, what they do is they take all your stuff and they start putting some kind of chemical on it. And the woman's going through my shoes, and she goes, I got a hit. I go, what the fuck is going on? They're like, you need to come back here. So I go around the thing. It's not even a room. You're still like, everyone's still standing. Everybody going through, like, security can see. And I get the most invasive pat down of all time. I'm talking fondled balls. They're digging around in my underwear everywhere. But the guy was like, listen, he's kind of, you can see he doesn't want to do this. I don't want to do this. But I'm like, yeah, I guess do what you got to do. I got a flight. I want to get the hell out of here. I don't know if you know I'm a 4.7. I gotta do.
It's surprising
And-
they didn't pick you up right there.
So now I want to remind you, there was a hit on my shoe. They inspect me top to bottom, and they go, you can go. I go back around, and they're like, we're going to give you, we'll pass you the bin of your stuff through when you get around the other side. So I get around the other side. What do? Any guesses?
Give you everything but your shoes.
Take your take your shoes.
They give me anything, everything, and the shoes. The thing they got the hit on. I don't even understand what's going on. They found nothing on me. Like, you're good to go, even though we found something on your shoes that we'll give right back to you. Here you go. I thought for sure I was going to be on this plane barefoot. Like, they would never give them back to me. They hand them right back to me.
Okay, who
I put them on.
who at TSA is like an Ohio State fan or whatever the rival of Michigan.
That's exactly what I thought. I'm like, this fucking Buckeye.
That was rough. You took them right out of the playoff. But
we ended their program. They got tons of players in the transfer portal.
Next time I go on a trip in a couple months from now, I'm wearing a iHeart TSA sweatshirt.
I like the TSA's favorite college football team.
Jesus.
Yeah, so good.
Are people smuggling drugs into Mexico?
Well, here's the funny thing you guys haven't asked yet.
I think they're
What's
fine.
What's a 1021?
Well, I was definitely getting there. What the
out.
fuck is a 1020? You did?
Mm-hmm. Because we know somebody who's a TSA agent. We asked. A 1021 means they found explosives on you. Not drugs. It means explosives. So they hand me back the explosive to get on the airplane with.
Oh, sorry. I was at a line dancing night yesterday at the Dynamite Factory. Maybe that's why you're picking up 1021.
Oh my God.
If you hear 1021 in the airport from now on, you'll think of this moment right here. But Jesus, explosives. So they just clean the explosives off your shoe and give them back?
They didn't clean anything. They did rub the stuff on it. They're like, I got a hit. I found it. It's on the shoe. Did nothing because I'm getting pat down with the shoe right there. I'm seeing all my stuff. No one touched it after that. And they just handed it right back to me. So whatever they found on the shoe is still on the shoe.
Are these shoes that you wear to work when you go painting? Is there what chemical did
Good
you know what I mean? What
question.
chemical did they find that?
It's not a shoe I wear to work, but sometimes I will wear them if I'm just hopping in my van to drive somewhere. Like if I'm not in work clothes. So maybe something in the work van rubbed off on the shoe. That's the only thing I can think of.
Another form of transportation filled with an explosive chemical. That's great. No, a big white van prone to explosion driving around New Jersey.
With lots of candy inside for some reason. I just like candy. What's the problem?
Well, you've got a number of violations here.
Yeah.
What laid eyes on you and said that guy's a bomber?
The dog.
Did you fart or something? Oh, the dog smelled you. You farted?
Right.
Again?
The dog is the one that narked me out. And I as I'm walking away, I'm looking at that dog. I'm like, when I get to Mexico, I'm kicking every fucking stray I see in the face because of you. I hope this was worth it.
Jesus.
Tasted your whole fucking entire species.
So,
the dog.
as you can guess, I'm a little upset. Okay. A little annoyed at the whole situation because in the end, they gave me the shoe back. If they didn't give me the shoe back, I'd be like, all right, well, the thing that pissed me off is that they gave me the shoe back. It's like, so what are we doing here?
Yeah. Well, imagine if you're another passenger online that it's going to be on your flight, or I'm like the guy in the seat next to you and I don't know it yet, but like I see you getting like spear tackled, pat down, dogs are mauling you. They take your shoes. They're like, we got one. And then 5 minutes later, you get on the plane and you're like, I think I'm going to have the cheese board. You? I'd be like, what? You're the fucking guy that was just getting beat up. And the fucking dog's nose was up your asshole. Why are you sitting? What? They let you on here?
And don't you know the cheese board?
How long's this flight?
Don't you know the cheese board is always old? What's wrong with you, man?
Yeah, that's the problem. Oh God, the Gouda's never good.
I'll take the IPA, please. Thank you. Wow.
Oh, I heard the Chex Mix is dynamite. Get him! Hit him!
Man, I love being on a plane. We're just going to get bombed, aren't we? I mean, with the cocktails.
Do you have coffee or tea? NA? TNT? Sorry. Whoops. I had TSA in the brain. Anyway, so now I'm annoyed. Now I'm going to go take my post-security dump, right? I go in the bathroom and there's a line. Now, when you walk into a bathroom and you see a guy standing there and the urinals are open, you know this guy's waiting for one as well.
Correct.
So I, politely ask, I'm like, are you waiting for a stall? He goes, yep. I'm like, cool. Stand behind him. Now, in the way this bathroom is, when you walk in, there's two sides. So there's urinals and stalls on both sides, but there's only like 4 stalls. There's like 2 on each side. So he's standing there in a position where, okay, if anyone comes out of either side stall, I'm just going to go. Right. Because that's what normal people do. So this guy goes in. Now I'm the next one to go. Another guy walks in, walks right past me. And the first door he sees obviously has somebody's. I do this too. I'll put like my bag like towards where the door is so people don't like rattle it or whatever. And just so they see someone's in there. He does that anyway. You can clearly see the person's luggage. He does that anyway. He goes, someone's in there. I'm like, yeah, I know. Why are you telling me? I'm standing here. Like, I obviously know that's occupied. You walk past me. So he gets behind me. Another guy comes in, looks at us, then goes to the other side. As he's going to the other side, one stall opens up. This guy starts going in to the stall.
Hey, you gotta be a moron.
I shoulder blast him into a wall.
Yeah, knew that was coming.
Because look, I am already a terrorist in the eyes of this airport. Yeah. So I might as well, fit the bill.
Yeah.
You got it.
I do. They already have eyes on you.
Yeah. So I glare at him. I'm like, you fucking asshole. So I go into the stall. I go in there. Now the guy in the next stall next to me is coughing in a way that's like, are you in the hospital? What is wrong here? Like hacking. I'm hacking and just, like all the, like disgusting shit. I'm like, come on, man. Like if I'm in public and have to cough hard, we all can adjust, right? To not make it.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
To not make it wet sounding. I know exactly what you're talking about.
You don't go full on.
Yes. Right. So I do not shit. I leave. I'm like, I don't even have to go. I just let out a big gassy fart and leave. Because these people are anyway, so I'm like,
a lot of traffic at the airport bathroom. It's one of the most disgusting bathrooms. I mean, aside from the stereotypical gas station bathroom where you walk in and it looks like, a murder scene. But the problem with the airport ones is there's so much traffic, so the seat's always warm, which is, I'd rather the seat be wet than warm. I know that's probably gross, but something about that warm seat. God.
And every dude's trying to shit before they get on the plane because you do not want to shit there. It's not, you can't have it happen.
It's like, you can't shit with us.
You can't shit with us. You'd rather the seat wet.
Yes. Because you know why?
So then warm. Well, neither's a good option. I know you're not saying this is your preferred scenario.
Was that seat wet? No? All right, you can go ahead.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry I shoulder checked you into the fucking boards here.
You can clean.
That's my
fault. You
fault.
can clean the wetness. You put your foot on a paper towel and whatever you got to do. You can't. You're not going to blow on the seat to cool it down before you sit on it. So it's fixable. Was my logic.
Yeah, that is true. You're right.
This is tough, man. I don't know, man. Well, first of all, most of the time, if I'm in a public arena shitting, I don't really have a choice. Whatever condition that fucker's in, I might have to hover because there's no leaving without shitting. I know what you're saying. You lost the urge. It's not like you didn't go, but that's a rough scenario. That's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah, it's rough, right? Oh, I'm not done.
Oh, wait.
Holy shit.
We
didn't even get on the plane yet, everybody.
Now we're on the plane. Here's the good news. I think I might have described on here, maybe not. Sometimes I forget what we talk about just in pre-show or whatever, that we book tickets on the aisle and the window to hope that somebody doesn't sit between us. Mission accomplished. Nice. Great. Nobody's there. So
awesome.
So what happens is right behind us. Now, this isn't somewhere on the plane. This is right behind us. This girl is in her aisle, I guess the same deal. Like there's an empty seat and then there's a kid. Across the aisle, there's a father and another kid. Now, I'm not a parent, but I think I've noticed parents do this. I think it's to separate the kids, right? So they're not just annoying the shit out of each other, annoying everybody on the plane. They'll keep them separate. Even I know that. So she goes, she sees the father talking to the kid and she goes, oh, there's an empty seat in your row. You know, do you want to go sit with your family? You know, just trying to get rid of the kid from the aisle. And the dad, I guess, is just one of these people that's not going to explain the whole situation. He's like, yeah, I guess, you know, so the kid comes over. Now she's got 2 seats next to her. She makes a call on her phone to her parents who are in the back of the plane. Now we are in the rows with the extra leg room that are more expensive. Mm-hmm. And she goes, come up here. She keeps saying this over and over again. Over and over again. I literally have 2 seats next to me that are empty. Now, you know that's torture to me when people say literally and you don't have to.
Let me ask you this question while we're talking about that real quick. Is this a new thing? Mm-hmm. Did people always say literally? Because I've noticed, no, right? Because you know what I noticed is when they have TV shows or movies and they're writing for these TV shows or movies, say they take place in the 50s, they'll even put it in the script for the person in the 1950s to say literally and use it the way people use it today, when I know for a fact, at least my memory is the worst ever, but I know that this is relatively new. They didn't say, I literally want to take you to the sock hop. You know, but in the movies, why would you write that into the movie? It drives me nuts.
Yeah. No, yeah. I've noticed that too. It's insane. People weren't that stupid back then. That's why. So she says it over and over again. The parents are kind of fighting it. They don't want to come up. She won't let it go. She keeps saying, I literally have 2 seats next to me. Like if they walked up there, she would have had like 1 seat open and the other one was filled. And they would have to be like, well, I guess it wasn't literally then, you know?
Yeah.
So you just say I have 2 seats open next to me. They're right here. So the parents come up. But now before the parents come up, she asked the flight attendant, the stewardess, if you will, as Mo says.
Thank you.
These 2 seats are open. Can my parents come up? So she asks. And they're kind of like, well, I forget exactly what they said, but there was along lines of like, not really, but, you know, we could figure, I guess, like trying to say like they're going to have to pay for the upgrade if they want to sit here. Right?
It's that, and they use the excuse of like having the flight, is it called the manifest? In case something, like they'll know whose body is where based on where they were supposed to be sitting.
Exactly. There's a big reason why. Most of it's profit margin, but there is also the flight manifest thing.
And they care.
So they move up, but before getting the okay, they move up, and the guy pretty much comes over and is like, hey, you know, you can't just move up here. You know, you have to, you know, you could pay for the upgrade. They're going back and forth. She calls him an asshole. She calls the guy an asshole.
That motherfucker back there is not real.
As he's walking away, too. It was one of those passive aggressive, like, I'm going to say it just loud enough, you know? So, like, everyone can hear me say it, but maybe you won't. And he comes back. He's like, do we have a problem here? And I'm like, here we go. This is going to be one of these fucking things. I got my phone ready. I'm like, this is going to be.
Are you in the air at this?
Gill Lane Show exclusive.
Are you in the air at this point or no? Not yet. See, that's what I'd be fucking worried about. I'd be like, everyone shut the fuck up. Argue when we get up there.
Right. Yeah. So I'm also worried about that. But I'm like, if it goes down, I'll be ready to have this video for you guys with my own narration as it's going on. It's going to be great.
Funny.
So
it's your time to shine.
So she's not stopping. Right? She won't stop. And she was like, I was even nice enough to ask you first. This is where she's coming from. Like, that matters, right? Like, you should be like, oh, you know what? You did ask. It's fine. Just sit there.
I don't understand.
Oh, I was going to, go ahead.
I don't understand the obsession with.
Well, I was going to say, I know why they don't want to move up. Well, I wouldn't want to sit next to her either.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, no, we're good in the back.
Yeah, maybe they were just dropping
We'll stay the fucking far away from your annoying ass.
So now we have everyone on the plane now who's working there is now standing here, like talking, right? And they're like, you move now or we go back to the gate. We're in go back to the gate territory. And they still won't stop.
No.
Right?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Yeah, this is getting dangerous now.
So I'm like, you know me, I'm just sitting there waiting for, it to go down. And my wife wanted to be in the air. So she intervened and was like, here's the deal. I've seen this happen before. You can't just go up to a better seat without paying. Like, you have to do that, And there's kind of some pushback from them. And the people then start saying, the guy walks away who was called the asshole. The other two flight attendants are there dealing with this situation. And the family starts going like, I want the name of that guy so they can, complain.
Yeah.
And they were like, you were being rude. My wife then interjects again. No, absolutely not. You were not rude. End of story. Like basically letting them know, like, if they want to report you, I'll help you. Right. This gets resolved finally, but we were this close. I'm telling you, they were this close to being like, we're going back to the gate. And, which is rough to do coming out of Newark because someone's going to punch you in the face for this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be ugly. Yeah.
Especially going where you're going. You're not going to like Boulder. You're going to everybody's going on a vacation there. No one's going back to like to the regular life. Everyone is using their precious PTO time to get on that beach.
Right.
So it's going to be a problem if they can't go or if they get delayed.
Right. Yeah. We're not going to Peoria.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going to Mexico.
Nobody's heading home for the holidays in Mexico.
So the family does leave. They never come back. They do not pay the upgrade, which they were never going to do in the first place. And also, because I've tried this. You can't just go to a better seat at a sporting event because no one's sitting there.
We've all done that.
You have to pay for
We've
that
all
seat.
tried it. I mean, you can get away with it, but
I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you get caught, you got to leave. You can't be like, well, there's no one sitting here. That's not how it works. Yeah.
Many more times I was caught than got away with it.
Yes. Right.
So that's, you can't just move around. You could try, but you don't get pushback when you're caught.
Right.
What?
Don't you love when people do that? They get caught and then they're like, you're the asshole. Like,
that's exactly what was happening.
Yeah. Stop projecting.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, I also don't understand the obsession with sitting next to. I mean, I guess the extra leg room is the caveat here, right? But like when I'm flying in February, we're not even. My wife and I are even sitting next to each other because it could be argued that I need the extra leg room. I'm 6'3". It's the only way to really be comfortable. But we didn't pay. She's like, I don't care about the extra leg room because it would have been more expensive to bring her up to where I'm sitting, one of the exit rows, nothing too fancy. So we're not even. It's not like we talk about our, hopes and dreams in the airplane while it's like the whole time. You put your headphones in and watch a movie. So what's the obsession with sitting next to each other?
Right.
Yeah.
I get it.
You're like, me and my wife aren't even on the same flight. We're not even going to the same destination. That's a little extreme, but okay.
Jeez.
No, you put headphones on, you're done. What the fuck is the difference?
Right. So,
and do you want to sit next to her?
Well, the only thing we do together is like I try to hit the start button on the movie at the same time.
No. I mean the woman, not your wife.
Oh.
I was like, look, I've met her. Would you want to sit next to her?
I've met her many times. I get it, Chris. That's why you changed the destination. No, the woman that's arguing with the fucking on Bill's flight. Her own family's like, nah, we're good in the fucking engine compartment. Nah, the landing gear's fine. That's fine. Jesus Christ, I got to hear you drone on. Oh my God. And you didn't even hit the air yet.
Oh, I'd be so irritated in thinking that we're going back to the gate.
Yeah.
My God. It's so funny.
Yeah.
We all hear these stories, and I make this point all the time, but we all know a million of these stories, but I can't find anybody to go, well, she does have a point. No one was sitting there. You know what I mean? Like these assholes exist, but everyone I talk to about the asshole thinks that person is an asshole. You know what I mean? It's so weird.
Right.
It's one of those like, I don't know. It's really weird, you know, with the line cutting and something like that. And, you know, talking on speaker and public transportation, all that kind of stuff. Let me guess, white people, white family, white woman. Yeah. That's some white woman shit.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Some Karen shit.
Yeah. And,
man.
So, yeah, that's crazy, right?
Oh, wow. Crazy. Good story, Bill.
I'm not done.
Jesus Christ. You didn't even hit the fucking air yet.
Now we're in the air. I'll give you. We take off. Now we're in the air. Right, so look, this is
amazing.
Either somebody makes us emergency land somewhere, or we're going to be at our destination.
Don't you picture everyone sitting around Bill and the airplane listening to this story as it's unfolding? like even the captain's there. It's like he's like crisscross applesauce. Like, wait, so 1021? Is it 1021?
I'm a 1021.
Who's flying the plane?
Yep, they're like, yeah. These things fly themselves. Go ahead. Continue, 1021.
I'm drunk right now.
This is your captain speaking.
Like, and how'd you get an acoustic guitar on the plane?
We're getting to the third chapter of Bill Parker's story. If you are interested, meet us at 26F.
If anybody wants to hear about the guy in the stall in the bathroom, 26F. That's the aisle seat. That's in 5 minutes, folks. Thank you.
Meet us at 26F to hear about the 1021.
Seatbelt sign is on.
We've renamed his seat 1021F.
All right, so you're on your way to cruising altitude and all this. I mean, this is all that's happened up until this point. Holy shit.
So let me ask you, I'm just going to ask you guys this question. There's like a cliche on TV and movies when someone's on an airplane, right? And the pilot comes on and asks a question. What question is that? Can you think of what it is?
The pilot comes on and asks a question.
Asks a question to everyone on the plane. Not one he has an answer to. If that helps you.
I know what you're gonna say. No way. Is there a doctor in the house?
Yep.
Come on.
Is there a doctor on the plane?
Oh shit.
There's a medical emergency in first class. There's a woman on the floor.
The steak was cold.
Shut up.
That was the emergency in first class.
The cheese board again.
She's like, can't the seat be wet instead of warm?
That's 1021 cheese board. Cheese board exploding.
Explosive cheddar.
Holy shit. She's on the ground in first class.
So wait, a woman's on the
There's no Prosecco. That was the problem. Yeah, so she's on the ground because we're pretty close. I'm not all the way in the back like this stupid ass family that was behind me.
So you're in like Comfort Plus or something? Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
But we're not as fortunate as first class. Anyway, so yeah, there's a doctor on board. Doctor comes up. He's coming down the aisle with a stethoscope in. He's ready. I'm like, yeah, man.
The fuck?
This goes on for like a half an hour in first class. And I guess they're doing like CPR on her or whatever. She turns out to be okay. Like, I don't know the exact story of what happened, but she's okay. Like, she gets back in her seat for like the descent and she's all right. Now I know like they kind of held this up leaving the plane. I think they got like her off, first, and just rushed her off or whatever. But
what a scam.
But yeah,
she's on the floor. The woman behind you is like, is anyone sitting there? Literally a seat up there. Is it open?
She's literally dead.
Oh my God, she's dead.
She's literally dead. Yeah.
Can you put her corpse in my seat and I go to her seat?
She won't notice.
Holy shit. Okay, wow.
Holy shit.
So,
well, now I'm going to fake a medical emergency next time I'm on a plane so they can get me off first. As soon as we get off the plane, I stand up and I'm like, okay, thanks. All right, where's baggage claim? They're like, wait, hold on.
Where's body claim?
Yeah.
So,
wow.
So the thing I had going for me, which is why I wasn't really upset when we got on the plane in the first place when this woman was causing a problem, was we had one of the planes that had direct TV. Now, we flew out on a Sunday, meaning I can watch NFL football on this headset on direct TV.
Damn.
And I am pumped, right? So now medical emergency over, all that's done. It is 12:55 when the message comes on the TV screen that says we are leaving United States airspace and will lose direct TV. I'm not kidding. I start cracking up. It's 12:55. We lose TV as like the Fox NFL robots coming on the screen.
Yeah, it went from nonstop football all the way to.
The screen said "Adios amigo" on, and that was it.
They're like, no, we still have football on. It's like Mexico versus Guatemala soccer. Oh shit!
Wow.
So I'm not even in, that all that happened before I got to Mexico.
Holy shit!
Can you believe that?
That's...
And you know what made me happy? I kept telling my wife, "This is gonna be great for the show," and it made me want other stuff to happen.
Isn't that sick?
Just so I can keep going with this insanity.
Yeah.
But you know what? Only thing that happened really was we got on the ground, and as we're leaving the airport, there's a dog sniffing everyone. And I'm like, oh, shit. And nothing happened, though. They did not care about 1021s. Whatever the drug thing is probably what they're looking for.
Did you end up seeing that lady or anybody from the plane? Like, I don't know. When you see those, when you go to that kind of destination place, you always see somebody from the plane after the airport.
Not after the airport. So when we got off the plane, baggage claim. And they were there giving us some mean side eye as we were waiting for the luggage. They were not happy with us, but I was like, look, I don't care. I'm about to go relax in Mexico, and you people are not going to relax. Like, you're going to have an awful trip because you're awful people and you're high strung, and then you got to live that way the rest of your life. So I kind of figured this to be a win for me. Yeah. And then Federales tackled me because I'm a 1021.
Tackled to recruit you.
And then rest of the trip was fine. Food and drink was incredible. Only one other story was we walked up to one place, and as we're in the parking lot, the guy was like, you want the cocaine? And I was like, nah, man, I'm good. We walk inside. He's like, okay. We walk inside. He follows behind us. He grabs two menus. He's like, dos? I'm like, oh, okay. So you're the host and the drug dealer.
Well,
wow.
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 Okay, Coca-Cola?
Like, oh, I didn't know you were the...
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Wow.
Coca-Cola or black tar heroin?
What
You're like, wait, they don't sound
what's
alike.
some of the food that you ate that would surprise people who, of course, live here in America? Like, obviously, we think Mexico, we think tacos, burritos, quesadillas, empanadas, stuff like that. But did you try anything weird?
So we flew out on my wife's birthday. And what we did was we got the place that we were staying in offered they were like, if you want to have some chef come in, this great chef, he'll come into your place and cook for you.
Mo's gonna love this.
And we're like, well, you know what? That's not a bad idea.
Mo's gonna love this. He already thinks you're billionaires. After sitting in,
first of all, there's a lot of this story.
After sitting in the fancy seats at the airport, now you hire a private chef for the first night in Mexico.
It's just extra leg room. We're not in first class, guys. I didn't have a medical emergency.
You did feel necessary to say you didn't go all the way to first class, though. So you feel a little guilty already.
So, chef comes in. This food's amazing, right? Which is great because we didn't have to figure out where we're going. We don't know where we're going anywhere yet, So we got into our place 5. This guy came at 6 and started cooking. So I guess something they do down there. Now, you know, when you're doing tequila shots, you know, you do the salt, the tequila, and then the lime. What they do down there, the locals, is they do salt, tequila, grasshopper, lime. And he puts the plate down in front of us with these options. It's fried grasshopper. Yeah, they cook it. So that's the order you want to take it. Now, when he first puts it down, I look at it and I go, that's a no from me, dog. You know? It's like I'm American Idol.
It's a hard no. That's a hard
Come
no.
on. You get caught up in the culture of it, Mo?
Well, I ate baked ants when I was down there. It was actually once down there and once in New Jersey. And I'm not,
Wait,
look, I don't like moving my palate around.
You ate
and
out
trying
someone's
to.
aunt who was high?
Well, Bill had a private chef cooking us drugs, so it was a wild scene.
Well, at least the baked ants are way healthier than the other ones, right?
Yeah, and tastes like peanuts. If anybody, it's just the little legs get caught in your teeth. It's kind of disgusting. Anyway,
well,
there's cultures down there that they're not exactly flush with cash. They have to make do with what they have on hand, and there's a lot of protein in some insects. I mean, it's not health wise, it's actually not bad.
Yeah.
But part of a tequila shot, I haven't heard of that one.
So after 2 margaritas and some tequila shots, I'm like, I'm doing the grasshopper this time. And I do it. Salt, tequila, grasshopper, lime. Now, I was expecting grasshopper to squirt when I bit into it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very big.
It didn't. It was fully fried all the way through, and it was actually very tasty. Right? If you can get over the fact you're eating a grasshopper.
And it's life. I know I'm not Mr. PETA, but its life ended so you could wash down alcohol with its entire existence. like he was probably fried alive too. You know, they probably just dropped it in the deep fryer or the batter or whatever it was.
Yeah,
so you could wash it down with.
I'll tell you, like I said, the ants were delicious. I like peanuts. You know what I'm saying? It was just getting over the fact of what you're thinking, you know? And side note, even different cultures down there think different insects are disgusting. I used to work with guys, and the one guy was from Oaxaca, and they eat these ants like normally. But it's a poor area, so other areas look down on them and like are like, ew, that's disgusting. I wouldn't eat ants, and like they're eating grasshoppers and shit. You know, it's like, why are we judging each other?
What's calamari? Isn't it squid or something? Like, you know, the ones with the legs and shit?
Yeah,
I mean,
like
is that much different than eating like a fried bug? You know what I mean?
The thing is, I wouldn't eat that either, but you're right. It's cultural, right? It's what you're used to.
Calamari. I can't get past the leg thing. I mean, I probably could after a couple tequilas, right? But I reached, I reached for the O's. All right, so you had grasshopper or anything else?
I had grilled octopus tacos.
You did?
They were awesome. I would eat them again in a heartbeat.
Fishy? Like, does it?
Yeah. No.
Tentacles? Or more to calamari style, like Chris was saying? Like you could see the little squiggly tentacle?
No, not really. Not really.
Okay.
But it was really delicious. All the food there was amazing. So great.
Yeah.
I shit like 3 times a day, too.
Is that a lot or a little?
A lot or a little?
Need some context here.
Lots of fruits, natural fruits makes you shit a lot, right?
Oh, that's a lot of it.
I thought you'd be way more grossed out by the bugs and the squid and shit, Mo. I thought you were gonna.
I mean, I told you I don't eat any of that shit. I mean, I did eat like I told you, I tried that ant shit. One time I tried frog's legs too. So when you're on vacation, you kind of detach, don't you? A little bit. Like these things, yes. I would not eat frog's legs if I was in my hometown and had the normal options, right?
I've had gator balls down in New Orleans. They're like French fries on the menu. They're everywhere.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had gator.
You didn't have them at your local pub.
I did have kangaroo. I did have
Like,
kangaroo
imagine-
jerky up here, down just going out around where I live. It just looked and
You jerked off a kangaroo? Oh,
you ever see
I'm sorry, I heard
you ever see their triceps? Their forearms? They're pretty good.
Ripped kangaroo.
I'd be like, look, if you won't kick my ass, kangaroo, I'll give you a reach around. It'll be rough working around the tail, but I can do it.
Yeah, interesting. Wow.
Yeah, hey.
Kangaroo jerky.
Well, and you stay on a resort, right?
Yeah,
you
you
just
do,
got an
yeah.
Airbnb of some sort.
Yeah, we always do the Airbnb route, staying like, more localized than the resorts and stuff. They mostly have in Tulum like boutique hotels on the beach and stuff. There's nothing like really big resort unless you go like a little north on the coast. Then you're hitting all the Hard Rocks and the Secrets and all that stuff. But yeah, Tulum was great. I would go back again. I know everyone. I was reading about it beforehand. Everyone's like, talking about the cartels because the cartels kind of like run all that beachfront there. But they want you to come in and spend money. They're not going to kidnap you there. If you go an hour west, yeah, it's going to be a problem.
You don't worry about like your
But
wife,
there?
because that's what I worry about. Like if the three of us, you could pick anywhere in the world, I'd be like, let's go. But being
Right.
with the wife makes me nervous because she's currency down there. You know what I mean?
We're all nervous around here. That's fine.
That's exactly why I would bring the wife. I'd be like, I could bargain you to get out. Use you as a chip. Take her and I'm out of here. You comprende? Capiche?
I don't think that's Mexican. I don't think that's Spanish.
Yeah.
They're like close enough.
Comprende?
Capiche?
They're like,
All
the
right.
beach, it's that way. You're like,
Comprende?
yeah, okay.
The beach.
Yeah. It's like airplane.
Two?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, I've never met a 1021 before. Now I could say I know one. I'm honored to know a 1021. You all know
I know a
1021
terrorist.
now.
Yep. And now you all know what 1021 means. And if you hear it at the airport, that means someone has explosives that they're going to get right back to them to get on the plane with.
I also now understand why they use numbers for these things. Imagine if they were like, we got a guy with explosives. And then they're like, all right, let him on.
Or they like completely insult the intelligence of everyone. They're like, EXPLO. Like, only half the airport gets it.
Holy shit. Then you're on the plane and you're like, wait a minute. What the fuck? That's the guy with the explosive, with the EXPL.
It's amazing. Hey, we have a Christmas show coming up on December 21st. It'll be on the Patreon, patreon.com/The Gill Lane Show. We'll exchange gifts. We'll be all decked out for the holidays. So if you want to...
Thursday.
Yeah, well, if you're watching this when it comes out, this Thursday. You can do a 7-day free trial. It's a good time to check it out because it is somewhat of a special episode. So patreon.com/The Gill Lane Show. The link is also in the bio of this video. But that's it. We're out of time. We're going to head over there right now and do an hour of the Gill Lane Show there. So anything else, guys?
Wow. Yeah, actually, I have one more thing to tell you. Just going to pull up a little picture here that I wanted to show you before we left. Now, we rented a car, which we were told you should, right? Because the cabs are expensive. They kind of rip you off, they said. So we're like, all right, well, we'll
They actually
We'll
rip
do
you
that.
off limb by limb because it's run by the cartel.
Yeah, they actually dismember you. Yeah.
Oh, God. They charged me. Well, how much was this cab? They charged me an arm and a leg. There it is, hanging from the bridge right there.
You hobble, wheel over.
So, a couple days into our stay, I'm doing something at the trunk. I close the trunk and I take a look at the license plate. And this is what our license plate says.
Shut the fuck up.
It says 143, motherfuckers, for the people who aren't watching and just listening. And they have Chevys in Mexico.
Yeah, they're Chevys.
Los Chevys.
All right. We'll see you on the Patreon. Happy holidays. Bye.
Adios.
Ciao.